Another ethical question that we have to look at is, should we reshape society? Should the wealthy live longer? They actually do now. Can you be denied drugs that could keep you alive because you can't afford it? Can we accept fake news, especially on an internet where you can't figure out what's true and what's false? Can we let driverless cars make life and death decisions? Can governments eavesdrop? Should we redistribute wealth? There are many, many ways we are trying to reshape our society. Is it ethical for us to do that? Can a government impose a social construct? We know they can. The question is, should they? This question, in my opinion, is very hard. I love the Great Society. I love what Roosevelt tried to do during the Great Depression to try and keep the country together. All those things are very critically important to me in terms of history and how they shaped what I viewed as ethical. But I don't know if we should actively reshape society just because we can. The historical ones I like are almost out of desperation. We sort of forced the civil rights movement in many ways in order to reshape society. That was a good thing. Can we reshape it to make women be important parts of our society? I don't know. I have my doubts. There's a more technical question here. Should we teach robots right and wrong? It's not could we. I'm pretty sure we can. I have a publication on giving robots personalities. That's pretty straightforward. So I'm sure there are ways to teach them right and wrong. Why would we want to teach them right from wrong? That might be the more important question here. We would like robots to be able to act as agents for us. Don't forget, in artificial intelligence, an agent is a program that fronts another program. So you may have a database, and you may have an agent program that goes out to other databases and tries to find a match for a part that your database needs. It might even get different companies to try to get the best price. So we're already using agents to try and do business-to-business examples on the internet. And since robots are going to become part of our society, how much autonomy do we give them? We don't want them to act wrongly. So should we teach them only wrong and let them learn the rest? Because remember, we've got a lot of algorithms that learn. And anyways, how far do we go in letting an agent act for us? Do we send them to work for us? Do we have them raise our children? In my opinion, agents are raising our children already. Every time I see parents hand that little phone or that little TV over to that kid and let that be the babysitter, I think, what are we teaching that kid? And I don't think it's good. So how far do we let them go in acting as agents? Because we're already doing it. So this class is about ethics as a professional computer scientist. How are you going to view that? What other moral dilemmas do you see in the future? We talked about universal income, and I asked each of you what you would do if you didn't have to work. Most of you had suggestions, interesting plans that you could use. The things that you suggested that you might do. Hang out with friends. Pursue a hobby. Work for the betterment of other people. Volunteer. Were the choices you suggested ethical? Is it ethical to spend your life hanging out with friends? In contrast, is that different than the ethics of spending your life raising children? Are those the same ethics or different ethics? Those are questions I have never asked before because the situation didn't come up before. It's clear that many people would go back to school. Some of us love to learn. What we're more anxious in learning is how many people just kind of zone out and stay high with alcohol or drugs. We're interested in these answers. Y'all may live to see them. I may live to see them. But what I hope you will do is use the ethics that we have viewed in terms of your work ethics as an employee, as a citizen of a country, as part of a corporation, as part of a social order or cultural environment. I hope you will take all of those and put them together to answer questions about your future behavior.